Listen, I am dispatching the prophet Elijah to you ahead of the arrival of the monumental and awe-striking day of Yahweh. He is entrusted with the duty of turning the hearts of fathers back to their sons and the hearts of sons back to their fathers. Mission is to prevent me from having to arrive and strike the earth, devoting it to annihilation. These are the deep-seated words that mark the end of the book of Malachi, the final book of the Hebrew Scriptures, which is thought to have been penned around the 5th century BCE. What followed was a span of approximately 4 centuries, a period often referred to as the silent years. A time where no additional scripturally holy or prophetic words were penned. A time where it seemed as though God had gone silent. However, just because there was no divine dictation during these years, it doesn't mean that history stood still. Quite the contrary. This period saw the rise and fall of empires that challenged the Jewish faith and shaped the world in which the New Testament would eventually emerge. The Persian Empire, under whose rule Malachi had been written, fell to the might of Alexander the Great. Although the Jews were allowed to return to their homeland under Cyrus the Persian, Alexander's conquests challenged the very core of Jewish identity. His conquest spread Greek language and culture, a phenomenon known as Hellenization, across the known world, including the Jewish homeland. This was a significant development as the New Testament would eventually be written in Greek. Following Alexander's death, his empire fractured, and the Jewish homeland fell under the rule of the Ptolemaic and Seleucid empires. These rulers sought to impose Hellenistic culture and religious practices upon the Jewish people, leading to periods of intense persecution and the desecration of the temple by the Seleucid ruler Antiochus Epiphanes. In response, the Jewish people rose up in the Maccabean revolt, successfully reclaiming their homeland and their temple, establishing an independent Jewish kingdom for a time. This era of Jewish self-rule was a significant occurrence during these silent years. However, the independence of the Jewish people was short-lived. The Roman Empire, a rising power in the Mediterranean, soon absorbed the Jewish homeland into its vast territories. The era of Roman rule, known as the Pax Romana, set the stage for the New Testament. And indeed, right on schedule, during the Pax Romana, Elijah appeared in the body of John the Baptist, according to Jesus' own words, paving the way for the promised Messiah, Jesus Christ. So while God might have been silent during these 4 centuries, the world was not. Empires rose and fell, cultures merged and clashed, and through it all, the Jewish people persevered, setting the stage for the Gospels and the arrival of the Messiah. Now here's a thought to ponder. How does understanding this silent period, this time of historical and cultural flux, influence your understanding of the religious texts that followed? Could it be that the silence was not absence, but preparation? A stage setting for the New Testament and the fulfillment of the prophecies of old? Could it be that in the silence God had been hard at work preparing the world for the Word made flesh? If so, what can God be preparing for us now that almost 2,000 years has passed since the resurrection of Christ? Is this 2,000-year silence another sign that God is hard at work, preparing us for the elements of a new world dispensation, the establishment of Christ's promised kingdom? Think about it, like the old saying goes, silence speaks volumes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.